Hi there, it's Paul Ramsden. I'm going to talk to you today about how I view anxiety. Now, if you find that there's things in this that you don't like and you're not ready to take on, then just let them go. Don't use those bits. Focus on the areas that I talk about that are useful to you. Look at what you can change or implement from that, and then see what effect it has on you. If it works for you, keep it. If it doesn't, throw it away. The worst thing that can happen is that you've tried something new and you've opened your mind up to new possibilities. That's the worst thing that can happen. So I view anxiety as being like an early warning system. So you could be in an environment where there's a perceived danger. Now, what's supposed to happen is that you scan that environment and then it says, this could be a problem for us. It could be a threat to us. This could harm us or kill us. Now, it might not, but it's just showing you that there could be a problem in the future. So it's telling you of something to be aware of, and you can look at that and say, right, I've got that, thank you. I'm now aware of it, I'm going to keep an eye on it and see how things progress. Or you can notice like there's a danger. It's like, right, do I need to run away from this? Do I need to fight this? Or is the best thing to do to actually stay still, which is the freeze response? Okay? So, like, anxiety is always very much future focused, right? It's looking forward all the time. And that's how it starts to scan. So it sees something and it looks at the possibilities. So let's say that you're cycling in a city centre and ahead you can see a bus looking like it's going to change into your lane. So it scans, it says, this could be a danger to us. So you recognise that and say, thank you, I've got that. I'm now going to become aware of this bus and watch to see if it does change lanes or not. If it moves lanes, I can take this action, I can slow down, I could move to the side, or maybe it's just best to stay where I am. That could be the best course of action. When somebody says, I've got anxiety about cycling in the city centre, what it means is that their early warning system is going off too often. There's too many things being labelled as dangers, and there's no emotional control around that. There's no mental control around that. It's just firing, warning, bam, 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 bang. It's like fireworks on Guy Fawkes night. Bam, 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 bang. All these warnings going off. So the way to deal with it is go, okay, I've got that, thank you. And you take the safe action that you need to take. Now, it could be that you've got anxiety around travelling on the bus to work or driving to work, okay? So sometimes anxiety is showing you that your body or your mind are not happy about something. So here's an example of working with somebody where they've got anxiety about going to work. Each time that they go for the bus, they get anxiety about going on the bus. They start predicting all the things that might go wrong while they're on the bus. It might be that somebody they don't want to talk to is going to come and talk to them. Somebody's going to pest them. Somebody's going to threaten them. It might be that the bus is going to be late. It's like, this bus, if I catch this bus, it's going to end up being half an hour late. It might break down. All these different things that can happen. And by the time that they get to work, they're stressed out from all the things that mind's been thinking of while they've been on the bus. And then when they get into work, they're carrying all this baggage from the bus into work. Now, it might be something about traveling that's happened in the past. And it says, oh, this happened to us in the past. So to protect you, I'm going to try to stop you from getting buses to work. Or it could be buses in general. It's trying to protect you from getting into that situation again by getting you to avoid buses, by making you feel bad on buses. Or in some situations, it's actually the job that's a problem. If you hate your job and this bus is seen as a representation of something that's taking you to something you hate, then you start to say, well, maybe the bus is a problem. I can't give up my job because, I'll get paid and then I'll be able to pay my rent on my mortgage, I'll lose my house, It starts spiraling off in that direction, okay? So it says, well, it's much easier to blame the bus. So let's blame the bus instead and say the bus is causing the anxiety, right? It isn't anything to do with the bus. It's about the job. So in that case, we'd actually look at what can you do to change your job? Are there some beliefs that are keeping you stuck in that place? Are there some lessons that you're learning from being in that position, but you haven't learned yet? Now, if you find yourself going from bad job to bad job, you're in a cycle and you haven't learned something yet to get you out of that cycle and into something that you enjoy doing. It might be that you need to learn how to set boundaries with people or how to deal with social situations in work, about trust. There could be a multitude of things that you're learning from that place that you haven't learned yet. So you go in that cycle. When you clear that stuff out and you've learned what it is you need to learn, then it permits you to move on to a job where you are happy or happier. Sometimes it's a stepping stone that you need. You need to go just a little bit higher and then a bit higher and a bit higher and a bit higher to get to where you want to be. It can't always happen in one jump. Sometimes you need to take your time with it and let yourself settle on each level. Or it could be that you've got social anxiety. When you're in groups of people, you start to feel anxious. So that could be something to do with being picked on at school. Somebody said something to you. It could be that you were in a group of people and somebody made a joke that was hurtful to you and people laughed. So your mind says, I'm now going to stop you from getting in that situation again by getting you to avoid being in groups of people. So I'm going to make you feel bad whenever you're in a group of people just to make sure that you avoid it. Now, we're social animals. We don't do well being cast out of our tribe. So we need to have that interaction, which puts you in conflict then. You've got a part of you inside. So let's say this is the part that wants to keep you sociable and interactive. And it's battling with this part, which wants to keep you away from groups of people. There's a conflict going on between these two. It's a bit like when people say about we've got an angel on one shoulder and a devil on the other. The angel saying, go with your friends, go and have a laugh, it'll be good fun. And the devil saying, everybody hates you, they're all going to make fun of you. That's what needs to be cleared. We need to clean all that stuff up from whenever it happened, wherever it came from. And then that frees you up then to be in groups of people without having the anxiety. So if you're having issues with anxiety, is it just that your alarm system is going off? Now, I remember my dad once having a car with a super sensitive car alarm. And whenever a large vehicle went past, the alarm would go off. It'd think that the car was being broken into. And we lived on a bus route. So every hour, the bus went through. Car alarm going off. Does your alarm system need to be turned down a bit? Is it just overreacting to things? Does it need to settle? Find what safety is, what a safe place is. You can give that to your body. Look at what it is that you need. Is your mind and body trying to tell you it's unhappy about something? They say, hey, look, we've got this issue from when we were 10 and you haven't resolved it yet. So I'm going to keep this anxiety going until you resolve it. Or is it that you need to make a change in your life? You know, it might be that you're not happy in the home that you're in, or the job that you're in, or the friendship group that you're in. It doesn't serve you anymore. You knew them people really well and were good friends when you were younger, but you've changed and you want to continue changing. So maybe you need to find a new group to hang with. So take a look at your life and where these things are. And then you can start to discover what's going on. And the more that you are in tune with yourself, the more you are in contact with yourself and listen to the messages that you're receiving, the quicker and easier it is to make those changes. So I really hope this has been useful to you. And if you've got some of these issues and you're looking to find out what it is you need to do to resolve them, then just comment below. Have fun with it, play with it, enjoy it. Speak to you later. Bye now.